Okay, and we're back with Dragon Age Origins, and last time we found out that Wynne died. Unusual, seeing that she's standing in front of us, but then she told us that something revived her. So, not so unusual. Okay, let's continue getting to know this unusual experience.
What's on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
And what about demons?
I could sense the demons, too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Indeed, and you assume it wasn't evil?
It did not feel evil. I never feared it. In fact, it infused me with soft, strange warmth I never felt before. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
Uh-huh. I mean it protected you.
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
And also your fight with Petra's demon.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
Fighting Darkspawn.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare her for the task that is yet before her. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger wagging.
I'll hold you to that, promise.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
Okay. This part is a little bit dull, but most of it's very important to do.
What's on your mind?
Can we cure you?
Cure me? What, am I sick now?
In a sense.
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child, your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
You're not afraid?
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content, it is enough.
I think it depends on the person you are.
Ah, human nature. You are right. Some people will never be content and will always want more. I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the Fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we?
I think the next conversation list will give me what I want,
What's on your mind?
and indeed it does.
I try not to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which there are many. I would go quite mad if I did that. But I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life. Made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else.
So what was the mistake?
Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, an Aaron. He was my first apprentice. An Aaron was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority.
But the mages treat them both alike, given the fact that they hated both.
All he knew of the humans was what he had seen in the alienage. He was very wary of us. What an Aaron needed was time. Time to get used to his new home, time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential just to be difficult.
Was he talented?
Oh, very much so. Sometimes I would catch him practicing on his own, but if I asked him to show me what he could do, he would freeze up or fumble terribly. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground. You cannot teach a student who is closed off and unresponsive. Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him.
What happened to him?
An Aaron ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant.
How
He
it
was
is
a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down.
See, this is the way of things. It's always something small that causes an argument and a rift.
They called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them. I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him.
Yeah, the Templars are all jerks.
I should have known better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed in Aaron. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes, and the Danish. He always talked about looking for the Danish elves.
Well, maybe he found them.
The Templars are well trained and thorough. That he still lives, it would be a vain hope. The apprentices that came after Aaron benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student.
Maybe.
And there it is. My story, my one greatest regret.
Well, maybe it was a good job then. That's the problem. Everyone in Thedas thinks the Templars are so amazing, so good, and so protective of them. Matter of fact, all they care about is killing mages. Any mage they cannot fully control themselves ends up on the sword. Okay, now that we've taken care of that,
Indeed.
we have one more thing to do.
Yes.
In this area, and that's going to see, well, We know who we're going to see. The Danish. In fact, we're going to see a certain Danish elf.
You have a barbed tongue, Morgan. Why do you treat others in this way?
I owe you no explanation. There's a writing on my forehead that says, please, guide me.
You are traveling with these people. It behooves you to be civil.
You were too transparent, old woman. Do not bring up our companions when all you wish is for me to be civil to you. I am not one of your circle apprentices, to hang on your every word. I am not Alistair, who sees in you a surrogate mother.
No, it is obvious you are nothing like Alistair.
Take your lectures elsewhere. They mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I expected those two to get on like a house in an earthquake. Okay, we come all the way to Serel, however you pronounce that sea name.
You did it, outsider. Saved us from the ravages of the curse after all.
Yeah.
Creators bless you, truly.
Zathrian is lost to us, after all these centuries. He died heroically, I hope.
Let's just say his time has come.
Some things are better left unsaid, I gather. His will still be a tale worthy of telling Dalish children for many years to come. Now, Keeper Lanaya prepares for us to enter into war alongside the humans. I never thought I'd live to see this day. I, for one, look forward to fighting against these darkspawn creatures. Do you know? Let's hope you return and tell us all about them. As for you, outsider, I expect I'll be telling tales about the Grey Warden one day,
Don't do me any favours. Well, anyway, that wasn't exactly what I was planning, but looks like I'm going to have to continue this part of the companion quest next video. Oh well. Bye bye.